Hey yogis and yogis, welcome back to Yogana. My name is Anna. Today we're going to be doing a flow for bedtime. So you're welcome to do this in your bed, but as long as you have a wall nearby, we're going to be using the wall to kind of tune inward and settle in for the evening. So go ahead and grab your comfiest clothes, grab a blanket, a pillow, anything you need to get nice and cozy, and we'll get started. Okay guys, so let's go ahead and start again against the wall. So we're gonna scoot the glutes all the way up towards the wall. And then we're gonna come into butterfly pose. So once the glutes are up, we're gonna just spin the legs up. And then the knees are gonna come out wide as the feet come together. So the bottoms of the feet are together. The sides of both of the feet are just resting against the wall. And then the knees are just hanging out here. So not worrying too much about them. Just make sure there's a lot of tension relief here. So just nice and effortlessly hanging out with the knees falling to the side. And then maybe even scooting the glutes a little bit closer to the wall. So from here, we'll just leave one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly, or just both hands on the belly, whatever feels, again, more effortless, feels natural. And then we're just gonna start out with some grounding breathing techniques. So closing down the eyes if that feels comfortable, or maybe just finding a soft gaze up towards the sky with the eyes. Open and close the mouth just to release tension in the face. And then we're just gonna inhale through the nose, fill up nice and deep in the belly. And then take a nice long exhale out the open mouth. And just do that one more time. Inhale deep through the nose, fill up in the belly. And exhale out the open mouth. Good, we're just gonna continue that. But as you exhale the next few rounds, just keep the lips sealed. So just inhale nice and deep. And then exhale out the nose, so lengthening the exhale, but then keeping the mouth sealed. So just exhale out the nose, maybe hear the sensation in the back of the throat. And then continuing. Maybe even counting to yourself if that helps you kind of lengthen the exhales a little bit more. Maybe inhale to a count of 4 and then exhale to a count of 5 or 6. Just take about 2 more rounds here. Nice deep belly breath, so really filling up the belly with your breath. Just getting rid of all the stress that you might hold in your stomach by allowing fresh oxygen and blood to circulate in that area, especially. Good, and then on the next inhale, blinking open the eyes if they're sealed. We're gonna close the knees together like a book, and then just roll over to the right side. So just coming into a fetal position for a moment, cradling your head in your arm. Just taking a moment to reset your orientation before we come up to a seated posture. And then slowly, when you're ready, pressing yourself up. And then pressing yourself up against the wall. So coming into a seat. The feet are planted. Again, you're welcome to do this in your bed. So maybe against the headboard here. Just nice tall spine with the feet planted. The knees out, or the knees are bent. The feet are out wide. Good. So from here, we're just going to cross that right ankle over the left knee. So we're going to find a figure 4 seat posture. Nice and tall in the spine, which hopefully that headboard or the wall can help. And then that knee, that right knee is going to be pressing forward. So you'll start to really feel it in the outer hip, in the glute area. Maybe even pressing just gently with that right hand, that knee forward. And then just breathing here, grounding with that left hand, shoulder blades are up against anything that's behind you. Nice deep breaths here. This time taking the breath to that space in the right hip. And just maybe applying a little bit more pressure to that right knee, pressing it forward. And then inhale, we're going to lower down that right foot. And then maybe just let the knees fall side to side a couple times. And then we'll come over to the left side. So go ahead and ground through that right foot. Left ankle crosses over the right knee. Ground through that right hand, and then maybe just gently press that left knee forward. Maybe just applying a tad bit more pressure on that left knee. And then on the next inhale, we'll go ahead and lower down that left foot again. We'll shake out any tension, let the knees fall side to side, just slightly. And then take a wide-legged seat. So hopefully you have lots of room in your bed for those feet to come out nice and wide. Scoot the glutes out of the way. And then just a slight softening of the knees so you're not overextending it. But we're going to lengthen as we inhale through the spine. And then just really make sure we hinge at the hips as we fold forward. So here, it might feel good if you have a stack of pillows, just to stack them up high and then really just give those pillows a nice hug. But if you don't, like me, just walk the hands forward. Hinge again at the hips so that those shoulders stay down the spine. And then just breathe. Those toes are slightly flexed just to really feel that opening in the hamstrings. And then that low back hip area should also feel nice tension relief. Good. Maybe walking those hands forward just a tad more, keeping those shoulders down only if it's accessible, no forcing. Just maybe allowing yourself more space to get deeper into this stretch, into this posture. You're welcome to stay in this posture, any of the postures, as long as you need to. If it feels really, really good, really relaxing, really feels like you're releasing a lot of stress and tension from the day, feel free to take plenty of time in each posture that feels like you're getting that relief, because that's really what's going to help you ease into a good night's sleep. So no rush at all. coming out of this posture or any of them. But as you feel ready, start to deepen the breath and then walk the hands in towards your body, lifting up the heart. And then bringing the knees back in towards your body, the feet hips distance wide. Just take a moment here to reset the hamstrings. And then from here, we're going to come onto our stomachs. So the knees are going to be scooted up against the wall so that the shins are kind of going up the wall. Maybe take a moment here, just letting the forehead rest on the knuckles, the elbows come out wide, and then shake out the hips a couple times to release tension in the glutes. Good. On the next inhale, propping yourself up into that Sphinx pose with the legs still up the wall. So the forearms are going to prop yourself up like a tripod. The elbows are wider than the torso, fingertips are spread wide, and shoulders are just falling down the spine. So they kind of naturally want to come in. Just see if you can actively press them down the spine. It takes a little bit more work, but it opens up the heart and then just counteracts the hunching over that we might do all day. So it really opens up the shoulder blades, the heart, and then compresses the low back that we will reopen and bring fresh love to. So again, maybe finding a soft gaze or closing down the eyes, these few breaths. Still staying nice and relaxed in the glutes and the hips. No tension there. And then these final breaths here, you're welcome to stay on the forearms, just checking back in with the shoulders, or extend the elbows as you press into seal pose. So the elbows are going to extend, those hands maybe scoot forward just a little bit, and then the shoulders again resettle into the sockets down the spine, and the glutes are relaxed. Feeling that nice stretch in the belly. Then again, only when you feel ready, we'll start to lower back down to the elbows, the forearms. And then press yourself back so that maybe you're on the knees for a second. We're gonna come back onto the wall with the glutes against the wall. So just however you wanna get there, take plenty of time. Scoot the glutes up against the wall and then take the legs high and hug the knees into the chest. So maybe the feet are pressed against the wall or the knees are just coming in to the chest. And then we'll extend the legs when you're ready and take the feet out nice and wide. So we're gonna come into that wide-legged seat, but with the legs up the wall. So as wide as those legs wanna fall, just really letting gravity open up those inner hips this time. And kind of take over the stretch here. Maybe this time the arms wanna come overhead and just settle and frame the head. Open up the shoulders, the heart. maybe letting the feet fall out just a hair wider, a little bit further. Making sure you're still taking nice, deep, slow breaths and really focusing on lengthening the exhale, calming down the nervous system with your breath. And then we're just going to slowly inch the heels towards each other again. So legs come up the wall. Just fully extend both feet up towards the ceiling. And then we're going to stack the knees and let them bend as they fall over to the right side. So just a gentle twist here. Maybe grabbing onto that top left knee with your right hand and letting that left arm fall out beside you. Maybe place a pillow underneath the left shoulder if it's not quite touching the bed or the ground. And then gaze can go over the left fingertips to really stretch out the neck on the right side. And we'll start to deepen the breath. Slowly bring the knees back through center. Give them a little hug on the way over to the left side. And then letting the knees stack and fall over to the left as that right arm falls out beside you and that left hand grabs onto the right knee. Gaze again, maybe going over the right fingertips and using any props to lift up the ground to the right arm, just to really feel that effortless twist here. And then we'll deepen the breath again. Bring the knees back through center. Hug them in one final time. And then yogi's choice here. If you want to take one more wall posture, just finishing off with legs up the wall and staying here as long as you need to, just not too long. Don't want to fall asleep like this. But if you want any more stress relievers, this is a really good option, letting all the tension, kind of the inflammation in the feet and all the stress that holding on from the day, just really kind of detox here. And taking that into your mind. But if you're ready for that Shavasana, or maybe just ready for bed, slowly pressing yourself back onto the back, maybe scooting yourself away from the wall and finding that traditional Shavasana. So up to you how you want to finish this practice, but eventually coming into your final resting pose, your corpse pose, and hopefully having a wonderful night's sleep. Thank you all so much for practicing with me. Good night and namaste. If you enjoyed this video and feel great, please subscribe to my channel so you don't miss the next flow.